Alright, so now I'm going to show y'all a little bit about how he handles being let out the crate, and then also how he immediately goes into kind of a who am I going to fight mode. I don't want it to be me, not yet, so I'm not going to do anything really to stop him. I'm just going to try to encourage him to keep moving forward and not worry about the other things that are going on. But he specifically will come typically to the dames, and he'll specifically go right over there and just start egging them on and trying to kind of start a confrontation with them, unprovoked, because they don't really do anything until he starts doing something. But they don't like him now, of course, because he's done that a couple times. So he also has a habit of kind of nipping when you're trying to move him away from what he's trying to do. So we're going to make sure that I'm protected by having this glove on. So, all right. So the first step is when I open up. Good. Freak. That display of kind of like, I'm gonna attack these dogs. That's why the Danes were already barking as soon as they saw
him getting ready to come out.
Or about to come out, because dogs associate very well. So it's like they figure out, okay, every time this dog comes out, he attacks my fence, my barrier, so I have to get ready. And honestly, what a lot of people don't get is it's very rewarding in itself for the dog to do that. Like they enjoy, a lot of them kind of enjoy putting on a display, barking, lunging. They're dogs, they're predators, they enjoy that. So he immediately goes out and he goes to the fence, starts barking. They're like, oh yeah, he's coming out. Our turn to kind of get riled up and start barking. So what we're gonna have to do is just shut it all down. We're gonna have to make sure that he understands that when he comes out, he doesn't need to bark at any dogs or come at any dogs. But also they need to understand that he's not gonna do that anymore, but they also need to remain calm. Even if a dog does do that, they shouldn't be instinctually just kind of like,
riled up.
I'm gonna get riled up and attack the fence too. Some dogs are only doing it because there's a barrier there and they know that, so they know this isn't actually gonna be a fight. This is just gonna be something where it's gonna be fun to do. They know that the barrier is stopping them. And some dogs will actually fight. So it just kind of depends. You never really know.
That's why you want to get it before it even happens.
So you kind of want to just go ahead and get it situated before it becomes an issue, because we don't want any dog fights here. All right, so we got Ryu here. He's a Japanese Akita with some barrier aggression issues, some reactivity issues, some dog issues. He's really just his first kind of instinctual reaction to things is to growl and kind of be reactive to it. So we've really worked on that. I'm gonna have a video of what he was doing before, walking by the crates, trying to run at every dog and get at every dog. We're gonna have to work on her because she likes to make a lot of noise. But that's beside the point. She's not the conversation today. So I'm gonna walk him by the crates so you can see his improvement there. And then we're gonna take him to the store, and see how he's doing obedience wise at a store. It'll be his first time, so we'll see how he does, and then we'll go from there and see if he's ready to head home. So free. All right, well, I'm gonna walk him. You can stand right here. I'm gonna walk him right by the dogs. So we went to get some food, but he's a little hungry. Ryu, come. Good. So that was good. I don't expect him to like the dogs. It's just you can't immediately go and bark at him. So I'm gonna call him off some food because he actually found some food right here. Let's see how he does there. Ryu, come. So I'm gonna use the stimulation. So I'm starting to stim him. Oh, we got him. Come. Good boy. So he gets food for coming to me. So he found some food on the ground. I don't know why there's so much kibble right there, but he's gonna get food for coming to me. So I want to be more important than what he's found on the ground. At the end of the day, dogs are gonna make constant choices. So we just have to be there to show them what's appropriate. So I did have to stim him on a 28 to bring him off of that kibble, which is why we recommend going through some remote collar training with us when you're doing off leash, because dogs can make choices and it might not always be the right one. Ryu, place. Good boy. Now place is a command. Don't fall now. Place is a command where the dog is required to stay on the bed until released by the handler. So it's a part of our advanced and reliable obedience package. Um, it's important for dogs to have a place where they can observe their environment without having to be involved in the environment. So when I say that, I just stepped on some poop. When I say that, it's great for someone knocks on the door, it's coming into your house. You have a place where you can say, hey, I'd like you to be here, waiting on your bed rather than rushing to the door or rather than engaging with this person. So I like the place command a lot, and all the dogs who are in the advanced or reliable obedience program learn to stay on place. All right, trying to get this poop off my shoe. All right, so he's doing good on place. He did good walking past the dogs. He did good coming when called. I'm gonna get him there. He did good coming when called. So he's good in the backyard. We're gonna take him to the store and see how he does. He does have some people reactivity, so we want to touch on that to see if he has any issues there. And we just want to make sure he understands that he has to do the obedience everywhere. He's a Japanese Akita, so they're not known for being super compliant. Um, they are independent thinkers, so we want him to understand that outside the backyard, in the street, in the neighborhood, in the store, are all places that you could be asked to do something, and we want you to do it reliably and without a lot of difficulty. So stay tuned. All right, so we're here at Atwood's with Ryu. In case you didn't know, Atwood's is a pet-friendly store along with Lowe's. So those are good places to get your dog out, to do some training, do some socialization, and make sure they get to see new things and also understand that there are certain expectations for public outings. So we're always taking the dogs on outings like this to make sure when the handlers get their dogs back, um, they're in a good spot, and they're comfortable with managing their dog. It also helps to see what their dog is capable of, because they can see the video footage of their dog being in a public place. So this will be good. Um, so Ryu, we're going to take him to the store and have him perform our obedience commands for reliable obedience. That's sit, down, come, place we already did, and then heel. And then make sure he's walking on a loose lead. He's not allowed to pull me on the leash. Make sure he's not being reactive to the environment. So barking at people, barking at dogs. Make sure he's not doing any of that. And then make sure he's holding his implied stays. So with the advanced obedience, every command I ask him to do, he's required to hold that position until told to move. So that's going to be a part of his expectation as well. If he does well with all that, then he will go home within the next couple days. Um, but if we notice a lot of issues, then he'll have to stay with me for a little longer, and we'll work him out. Um, he's full of surprises. He's an independent soul, so we'll see how he does. All right, sit. Good boy. Good, Ryu. Free. Ryu. Down. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So the way to make sure a dog at least is willing to stay, I'm not going to say enjoys, because some dogs are never going to enjoy certain things. But to make the dog willing to stay, you want to incorporate some you coming back to the dog and rewarding them for holding position. So that's how we got Ryu to this point. Free. Ryu, come. So it's important for um, people to understand that on public outings, your dog is not supposed to interact with every dog or every person. So if someone thinks your dog's cute, your dog does not have to meet that person. And furthermore, not all dogs are meant to be friendly with strangers. So it's not necessarily a behavioral issue for a Akita to rumble at someone who's trying to pet him that he doesn't know. That's not necessarily a huge behavior issue. I mean, we prefer that he didn't rumble, and we prefer that he was a super nice dog to everyone, but that's not what he was bred to be. Akitas are not bred to be friendly with everyone. So at a certain point, it's your responsibility as the owner to make sure you're not putting yourself in situations where your dog is just going to fail. If your dog is genetically inclined to be wary of strangers, then you probably shouldn't be saying, "Hey, everybody, come pet my dog." You should have just got a golden retriever because they like strangers. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of obedience. Um, we'll start off with the heel. Ryu, heel. Come in, hit that entry. Good boy. Now that I've said heel, he's required to walk with me. On the right. So he got stem there. He's getting stem there. He got stem there. So because he's picking the environment over heel. So he's gotta stop doing that. He's gotta heel when I ask him to heel. Good boy. Good heel. So he's never gonna understand that he has to do something if I don't hold him accountable there, right? Because you can tell he knows how to heel. It's just a matter of, oh, there's other stuff going on. I'd much rather check out the environment than walk with my handler right now. So you're never going to have a reliable dog in all scenarios if you aren't taking some time to put a little bit of pressure on the dog and hold the dog to a standard of, I know you know how to do this, so let me see you at least make an attempt to do this. Good heel, Ryu. Good boy. No. Heel. Heel. Good boy. And then we'll offer some food. If I have any food. Yeah, I do. Good. Offer some food for being in position. All right. Sit. Good boy. All right. Good boy. Good, Ryu. Heel. So for heel, he's got a little window, a little circle beside me where he's allowed to be. And if he's breaking that circle, I'm going to put some pressure on him. The heel's never going to be good if you're not being picky about what you expect from your dog when they're in the heel. I'm going to slow down. See if he slows down too. That's good. Good boy. Good. Good. Speed up. That's good boy. He's hugging my leg now. Good boy, Ryu. All right, we're going to walk past some people right here. Hello. I was getting a little curious there. Good. Free. Okay, so when I say free, I usually step away from the dog to make it clear that we are no longer doing any obedience. You are free to be a dog. You're free to check out the environment. You're free to sniff things. You're good. So it's not all rules. Sometimes the dog gets to just be a dog, and we want them to know the difference between the two. So now is the time where he can go and sniff things. He cannot pull me. He cannot bark at people, and he cannot growl at people. and he can't go and be nasty towards dogs and stuff like that. Those are really the only requirements. Other than that, he's good to look around. Come, let's go, boy. But based on that, I'd say he's good to go home. I didn't have a single issue with him really. He messed up on heel, but fixed it as soon as I put a little bit of pressure on him. So we'll work him for a day or two more, and then he'll get to return to his owners and do some work with them. All right.